I am a huge fan of CK. I think it's underpicked. And ultimately, VP, this whole lineup just synergizes so well. 3 real beefy strength cores. They won't need to invest too much in mana regen because you got the CM and then a Willow for just that massive disruption within team fights.
And again, let's sort of go over more this CK because I feel like there's a lot to be said about this hero because it is a hero that we're not used to seeing. It is nowhere close to being one of the go-to carries of this patch. What has it been that VP's identified this game that's made them say this is time to get Nightfall back on the CK?
All of these strength heroes with like built-in crits and stuns, like Wraith King, even Tiny to an extent, CK, love playing against Puck. CK specifically lanes really well against Bloodseeker. Oh, hold up.
Well, they might have a shot here at first blood. They're going to be able to get it. As Collapse goes down, the 3 of VP, they're just a little stronger than the 3 that Spirit had at that point.
Yeah, you're just a real beefcake. You crush Bloodseeker in lane. There's a reason that Spirit banned PL. CK is that same concept where you get this unkillable illusion army, and then all of a sudden the Morphling is in big trouble. Both these squishy supports as well. You get caught by a reality rift and a couple illusions, you straight up just die. Like, that's it. You're done for.
And you don't sort of feel that the Spirit is going to have decent ways of dealing with illusions.
It doesn't look that way just yet, unfortunately. You know, that's why they're banning the PL. The weakness of the draft is that they simply only have Puck, and he's actually better against a hero like PL than CK because these illusions from the CK are just so much more formidable. More health, less damage taken, less bonus damage taken.
Well, we'll see with the lane setups. I mean, look at sort of the 3 matchups that we do have going. Is there sort of a lane where you can see Spirit getting a good edge at the start? A hero that does have the potential, the setup to have a strong beginning?
The bottom lane, but it's tough. Willow Timber is going to apply a lot of pressure. It's why VP are so comfortable picking it in the opening phase. You're looking to really just trade down here. They're going to just, yeah, it's an Oracle. That's the trouble. Like, this Oracle support is to help secure the Morphling, but not really play aggressive in the laning phase. Maybe mid could go the Puck's way, but typically to win this matchup, you're going to need a double wave. That's not really possible against the Kunkka. He's already fallen a little behind the HP.
Now we see in the mid so far, 10 for 1 against the 5 for 0, so having the easier time on the first few waves there. As the top, see them again just doing a good job at sort of zoning them out there. Kingslayer pushing the 2 of them back.
Oof.
I mean, because I imagine Kunkka's one of these heroes like the DK, right? That's just considered a hero that you put mid against the Puck and you're going to do just okay.
Yep.
You're not going to be pressured and you are going to be able to hit back. Yep. Arguably more so than a DK would.
I was going to say the same. Like, DK might be a bit better in the mid to late game, but Kunkka is stronger in the lane.
Yeah.
It's just not much you can do. And oh, this might be big silence. Oh, just fine.
Just out of range in time. His Collapse will head into the trees. He's got a south. So getting himself in a better shape to continue to try and farm into that top lane, into the CK. You see now bottom, a bit of a go on to save, but the Shadow Realm good. You can step to the side, keep out of the range of your Toro.
Yeah, he's going for a first item Falcon Blade. We saw him do this in the previous series. He played like a week and a half ago. Allows you to shift more strength to Agi and still feel secure. The little bit of mana regen is quite nice on a Morphling. Oh my god, the crit! Dead.
That's another kill in this top lane after that first one around the bounty. So already some action that the CK Nightfall's getting involved in.
Yeah, it's such a nice hero to have a CM with. Like, you really want to get your fast items up online like Treads, Midas, or Armlet. You can't really afford to go something like a Soul Ring or Falcon Blade on the CK. Your big item progression is too important. So the CM and even a gifted mana potion just help you stay on lane because you're very mana intensive spells. But if you're able to use them off cooldown, like, you threaten a lot of damage, especially when a hero with 4 armor like Rubik.
And in this sort of game as well, where VP's gone for so these 3 beefy boys, these strength heroes across the board, did that sort of change the plans for the Morph? Like, the chance of going for an E-Blade this game is sort of off the table for your Toro, and you go more the sort of the stats right-click route?
Yeah, pretty much. E-Blade against 3 strength heroes, it's just ineffective. You're not really going to burst anybody down.
We'll see them try and chase Collapse it. I've got Mangoes up, so they're going to have an extra bit of control ready to go for round 2 as they drag him back into the Frostbite, and they'll get themselves another kill on this top lane as things just keep getting better and better for this CK safe lane.
Yeah, it's just so much damage. And even bottom, like, there's so much pressure applied by this Timbersaw. Oh my god. Ooh.
Nearly having him there. Azutoro, he's trying to run. They've got a lot of burst and they've got the control. Straight back into the Bramble. VP starting to clean up kills on the bottom lane as well. And we'll lose. Save him return as Miposhka is able to come out with the combo. Find some sort of a trade down there for Spirit, but still, of course, the pain of losing the Morph will hurt them.
He misses out on a lot of experience too. Both side lanes just kind of disastrous thus far. VP far ahead in the kill and CS department. Mid is certainly going more even, but GBK already with a slight level advantage. He's also just forced the puck back to base. Toronto Tokyo's had to spend more gold on regen as well. I like that he's going for the Urn, likely a Vessel Rush. It's necessary against these strength heroes, but it does mean we won't see that really active, like, Thompson style puck. Well, we will, but he won't scale as well. If you get that early Witchblade Deso build or the Fast Blink or an E-Blade Rush, you kind of have to go for this more team item, because who else is buying Vessel?
And we're seeing build-wise from Nightfall. He has got the Midas queued up. I mean, what sort of makes CK one of the heroes that you do still want to be entertaining the idea of getting the Midas on the build-up?
Oh, just raw attack speed is excellent. You got the built-in crit, and you have issues farming creeps. Like, you don't have any spells that turn mana into wave kills.
You're going to see them.
Oh my god.
Have a bit of a go on to GPK, but he is able to get the boat off, so that damage reduction is helping him out a lot, and it's helping him out enough. He's up to the high ground, and he's away. As soon as the boat's down onto him, it's just incredibly unlikely that Spirit will actually have the burst to cut through that to kill this Kunkka. As they bring a lot to mid to gank him, and it's unsuccessful.
Miposhka actually did him a bit of a service there, because the the Purifying Flames do half damage, but the heal is still full.
That's true.
So
yeah.
It's also post-reduction, so you basically heal the damage up within 3 seconds. If he survives the initial couple, he's going to live for sure. But yeah, CK can't really do anything but hit creeps, so the Midas just allows you to be more active. You want to run at heroes, not spend time necessarily just farming jungle, but you still scale. And they've already lost bottom tower. This was the big fear, right? This is why VP loved the DM Timbersaw. He's going to plant himself on this bottom wave. Sure, maybe he'll kill him, but how many heroes is that going to take? Like,
I mean, and that's the thing, right? How many heroes is it going to take to kill the Timber? And then how many heroes is it going to take to kill the Kunkka?
Yep.
And then how many heroes is it going to take to kill the CK top? You know, you've got these 3 cores, and you know the question is for Spirit, who do you actually make the moves onto? You know, you have this Puck, Bloodseeker that want to get involved in these early brawls once the 6s are online. They have the Dream Coil.
Look,
where do you make the plays?
And look at the levels top. Collapse is 4.5. Nightfall is 6.5. That is absurd. Like, you won't have Rupture for a while. And GBK taking some stacks up top. They're going to pop the illusion and just run in. Hi, Mira.
Well, they're going to look to go onto the Rubik first. Miposhka is going to come in to try and help out. GPK is swinging in from the side. They're going to continue to chase. Silence will come off in an end. So Nightfall, he's going to have a second round of stuns and pulls to play with. As they have the X mark set up onto Collapse. It's going to be another death for this Bloodseeker top. As he'll have to remain on that level 4 status for even longer now.
Yep, and unfortunately, for lack of a better term, all of these Team Spirit heroes kind of just do nothing. They have a round of spells, and that's it. VP's heroes are real tanky, and their spells are much lower cooldown. You effectively need Rupture or Coil to make anything happen. All 3 of VP's cores, yeah, they'll just keep using their spells and continue running at you. And you have this advantage where in all 3 lanes, if you want to make any sort of aggressive move, you need to have more heroes. You're at a numbers disadvantage everywhere.
So when could be... well, they're going to try and go on to save mid. Popping the Dream Coil. Save is able to buy time with the Shadow Realm and will get the kill on him. So they're able to find something here. Again, it's going to sort of be these supports that at the moment at least are the only possible kills really for Spirit.
CK is going to have a 9-minute Treads Midas. DM is just freely acquiring bottom waves plus 3 or 4 creep camps in the Radiant jungle. Oh, this is tough.
Does lose his courier though. So Miposhka are able to at least put the Hood of Defiance on the sidelines for a little bit. You know, it's a little thing. Spirit are able to take away from VP in this game as they do continue to fall further behind here. 5-2, 3K lead already for VP at the 9 minutes.
I just love what they've done. Yeah, sure, Willow dies middle, but think about the experience he's picked up for free because of that. GPK hasn't been laning. He won his lane, and now he's just taking stacks. So they're effectively farming 4 lanes because Kunkka is quite efficient at taking jungle. He's going to grab his items, come back, probably stack Ancients one more time. Nope, they're actually going to look for kill on mid, perhaps.
Yeah, they've got the smoke. They're looking for that exact setup. He's used the orb. But they're not heading straight for Toronto Tokyo. Maybe seeing if they can find...
Rune. Oh, yeah.
Okay, they'll get him. Stepping down into this. He's able to dodge the boat. He's off to the side, but he's straight into a bramble. He's able to jump out in time. He is. Yeah. Toronto Tokyo will make it away alive. Over to the side, though. Miposhka, he's not going to have anywhere near the same amount of escapes as his availability, so he will fall.
But how nice does it feel when you can just plant your carry, who rushed a Midas in the top lane, and just not fear for his safety whatsoever? In fact, he'll just TP
He's going to swing around mid, yeah.
Phantasm ready. How do you defend this? Like, what are you supposed to do?
Let's see what they bring in with Mira. Caught by the combo, but VP fully focused on just taking the objective here. Mira trying to slow them down, but the stolen chakrams. Vitoro is going to zip in. Save playing around with the fear. We'll send back Vitoro for now. And VP will actually, they'll back off from this as they bring in the Forthern Spirit. A fair bit of damage being done to the Tier 1 tower, but Spirit at least able to keep it alive for now.
I'll take that as a win. Keep your mid tower alive. It's really just necessary. Would open the map far too much for VP. Wasn't necessary to bring Collapse either, so he's getting some much needed space up top. But I mean, all top 3 net worth VP cores. Kind of the story of this game thus far. And okay, yeah, you're just dead.
He stuck around a little too long. VP able to swing around, Collapse. Get the rupture off, but Kingslayer's going to be fine. There's nothing to pressure him, so Kingslayer will just hold his position. And that's the rupture to use to no avail there.
And you can see that was a 3-on-3, but VP overwhelmingly more powerful. And it's just so easy for them to find kills. Again, you don't need to worry about an ultimate. Just, X, okay, well, we'll spend the boat, why not? Round of spells, that's 1 dead hero. Anybody else wants to join in, they can get the business too. And meantime, Nightfall just farming bottom, even phantasming the farm.
I pretty much got the sandwich done, so... And yeah, we'll see on the timings there, so faster than the patch fastest. So I guess it isn't too surprising because I've got to imagine I didn't quite see the number of matches, but we probably haven't seen that many CK games on this patch. Yeah, okay, so we've only seen 2. So, yeah. So not the biggest pool of games to compete with, but nonetheless, even if there was a lot of CK games, this would definitely be one of the faster pickups.
Yep. That's why the Bloodseeker wouldn't have been my choice, just because you're in this scenario where the enemy carry will be picked to counterpick you, and Bloodseeker is very much a volatile offlaner if you need a good lane to survive.
Well, they're going to try for TM here. Dropping the coil, they'll be able to get him. A good quick move onto the Timber Saw allows them to take him down before backups in. They're going to try and move in for more. Yatoro coming across, looking for Kingslayer. They'll be able to set up for a second. It Collapse with the 2. He's going over towards Save. The Bloodbright will catch on to Save as Collapse won't quite be able to continue to chase him. They're going to look for GPK instead, the stolen X. Buying sometimes to hold him back, but GPK with that armlet, a little too much for them to dive on towards. But still, Team Spirit able to come in with a good hit and getting themselves a couple of kills, one of them being the big one, taking down DM on the front lines.
They might look to fight them here for this tower, though. Respawns are up. Won't happen. The thing is, Nightfall wasn't even there. No interest. He gets mid-tower, so that's an even exchange of objectives. And he farmed the entire bottom wave, the jungle. He's going to continue to just go wherever he wants. But a good move. They needed that kill. And you have to effectively all in one of these targets and then look to chase. But if Timber lives there for even another 5 or 6 seconds, things get much more difficult. Yeah, look at this CK, man. 4-1, underrated.
Oh, there we go. There we go indeed. So yeah, not a bad win rate at all. I mean, you know, VP is definitely one of those teams that if they pick something and have good success with it, other teams are definitely going to be watching and considering adding it to their repertoire, especially those situations, as you say, when the draft really does allow for this sort of beefy carry to take its place.
Yep.
He's up top. Raposhka hanging around, trying to soak up some XP and farm. But of course, this deep, the inevitable will happen. He's going to try and get the TP off, but that's not happening.
He tried. He salved himself, thought maybe it'd be enough HP. You just took way too much damage from this Kunkka. And to the CK again, you know, it's really just that next tier hero, right? PL was banned, Ursa was banned.
It's the big brain pick.
Yeah. I think if it's available, you'll still see PL or Ursa here.
Sure.
But when it's banned, it's a nice... it accomplishes the same thing in the game.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely still seeing the repercussions of the laning setup that they were able to get going top. You know, 8.5k on the CK, you know, 5k on Collapse's Bloodseeker. He just wasn't able to have the start that he hoped for, as didn't get that lane setup, playing into the face of a carry that Bloodseeker can have the edge against.
And the trouble is, you know, we talked about that move top. Yeah, it was nice. The gold advantage was about 4k. Since then, nothing's really happened, but VP have increased their lead by 3,000 gold. And just because they're effectively, you know, both teams are doing the same thing. You see Morphling farming his Ancient, somebody from VP farming theirs, but you just get through these creeps so much faster on VP. You're just out farming naturally. You've got more money in the bank, and compound interest is working in your favor.
I mean, you know, as you said, the start is going to come down to the Morph. It's going to be a very heavy game here for you, Toro. He's got a lot to carry. How's his progress doing? He's going for that Manta. Does still have the E-Blade queued up, so maybe opting to still go for, of course, that brilliant Morph item, but just a question really of how much impact that burst is really going to have against VP's heroes.
And now we're going to see what will happen here. Team fight could be a possibility. Both squads pressuring the tier 2. I imagine VP want to take this ASAP so they can open up that bottom outpost pre-20 minutes. They'll force the glyph. And I just don't see how Team Spirit can fight this in a 5-on-5. Nightfall closing in on his BKB. Kunkka halfway to his as well. Just not going to get any easier. I'd be curious, will they defend top? I think you want to fight if you're VP here, so they may get frisky.
No, we'll see if Nightfall wants to get involved. As they're letting it go for now, but yeah, okay. Here comes the wraparound. DM leading the way.
Oh, what an invis. Get out.
They're starting to back off now. DM. Not got a lot of catch, of course, on himself as a Timber, but it will push away Spirit. They keep the tower alive up top, VP.
Yeah, we'll take those. If we're Spirit fans, they forced a 5-man rotation, got out of dodge, no question. At this point, the fact that the lead isn't growing for VP is a win. Should, in theory, ensure that their bottom outpost will stay theirs at the 20-minute mark. The big concern is really just collapse on this Bloodseeker. He is effectively a utility hero at this point. The Veil, next up Yules, but the concern is the overall net worth. Like, he's just not going to scale as rapidly as this DM Timbersaw is.
Actually, yeah, these items aren't coming out at a great time at all. It's going to be a very slow build-up. And well, on VP, what we have, Save already having a full Spirit Vessel for himself. So that's an all-important item to help deal with the Morphling, even if the Morph is having a good game. Of course, Yatoro, he does pretty much have the Manta, and he will have the backup of Oracle. So it's not going to be easy to find opportunities to get it upon him.
Oh, yeah. And it's so tough now. Nightfall is a BKB. So these two supports on the side of Spirit have got to be near flawless with their positioning, because you get caught by a Reality Rift with Illusions up, you are dead. Like, just straight up, you're dead in a stun.
There we go, GPK. Trying with the blind torrent setup. Won't get a catch as they know Yatoro is in the trees. Still a very, very hard hero to find too, Yatoro. He's already playing his way out.
Oh, so close.
So again, you know, they're doing a good job of sort of pushing the limits up top and disappearing before VP's able to catch anyone. Now mid lane Toronto Tokyo, he's able to finish off the tier 1 tower.
Yeah. They're staying in it. They're hanging tough. Bunch of body blows, but VP, they've been looking for the knockout punch. You know, just one of these fights, one of these wraparounds that lands 2 kills, they'll just move straight into the Roche pit. But if they can't find the opportunity, then the game will remain stagnant. As now it's Spirit's turn to smoke up. They got a ward, good to see. You need to get some vision up deeper in the VP side of the map. Your only real shot at winning an engagement would be catching them off guard, forcing a 5-on-2, 5-on-3, where one of these cores dies before able to cast spells.
They're coming in with a smoke, Spirit, but VP all over in Spirit's triangle. Sticking with one another, so no opportunities for Spirit to get the catch. VP themselves, though, they're going to swing back round.
They really want to fight, Owen. This is the 3rd time they're going to smoke at the enemy side as they look to push. Miposhka will likely pay with his life here. Hello.
Of course, they're not the biggest of losses there for Spirit at all. If everyone else gets out, and they do. So, things said, done. Again, VP getting dodged here by Spirit. Spirit.
Look at the ward, though. Perfectly placed for Nightfall. He can just sit here. They know where the enemy side is. They clear him out from bottom, sweep back to top, and he might actually look to just hunt somebody here. 4 levels up on Collapse's Bloodseeker.
He's going to want to use his Midas, though.
Yeah, you got to get that efficiency.
There we go. Keep it going.
Yep. And they see the DD, so it means Roche. I like this move. VP, it's like, you know what? We're sick of chasing you guys. Can you come fight us, please? Otherwise, we're taking Aegis. And truthfully, I don't think Spirit can address this at all. You're just not in a position where you're strong enough. You need your Morphling on of your Toro. He needs like E-Blade, BKB, Scotty. Then they can think about taking these fights.
Because they're going to have the double E-Blade soon. You know, that's what they're going for. Your Toro's going for his. Toronto Tokyo's going for his. So they are going to have bursts. I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see in practice in these fights how much that E-Blade combo really does to these beefy heroes to see if it actually does threaten them at all.
Yep. I mean, right now, you just don't have any right-click damage. So these 2 BKBs on Virtus.pro, you know, plus the Hood, Lotus on Timber, none of them are real targets. So you need to get to the phase of the game where your burst or your right-click, effectively only from your morph, becomes relevant. Right now it isn't, so this is what we're going to continue to watch. Just cat and mouse, cross-map. And Virtus.pro, I think, are still comfortable. They have answers to the Morphling. They're not going to get outscaled. They just have to make sure they don't make any mistakes. This is Dota2 2021. Farm the creep waves. Do your best to prolong. That should be the E-Blade.
All right. So let's see what they can do with this. I think that must be close as well to what Toro getting his done. Yeah, he's got the Eagle song. Yeah, 1,000 or so, and he'll have his E-Blade done as well.
Oh, GPK is like, please, somebody fight me.
He's hunting, and he's going to be able to get the grab on Collapse. Collapse does have a Yules, so can play around with this a little bit. He's going to opt to get himself out, and he'll be able to do so.
Nice play. That was real spooky. And I will say, the item build from Spirit, like, it demonstrates some pre-sight, some foresight, rather. You have Veil on the Bloodseeker, double E-Blade. So 18% bonus if they're veiled, 40% when they get etherealed.
And
that is relevant.
And they got the Grove Bar on the puck, so get a punch in from that before the combo. That amps it up a little more.
Like we were a little nervous.
Yeah.
The gold defender was 6-7K. It still is.
It's still 7. Yeah, it hasn't really moved.
Mm-hmm. And as the game progresses, that's a lower and lower percentage of the overall gold available. So it's looking better for Spirit. They've come back by keeping it even, in a way.
And again, you know, smoke's coming out from VP, but at the moment, Miposhka's he's gonna be the one to tank it. So if VP do just sort of accept killing off Miposhka, it's going to give the go-ahead for the rest of Spirit to get out of there. And they're going to commit onto Miposhka. But again, you know, this is still part of the plan for Spirit holding on here. They don't mind losing Miposhka.
I think he's going to survive for just a second more. No. Okay, never mind. I mean, we haven't seen anybody with Makoshka die for, what, like 10 minutes?
Oh, exactly. I mean, this Spirit's going to be happy with that.
The concern I have is that VP is also happy with this. And, you know, this is where that Midas comes in. You know, if this is an Armlet rushing CK, you'd feel a little worse as a VP fan.
Oh, sure. And this sort of slowdown of the game, yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, we've seen CK. He's in these smokes. He's running cross-map. But because of the Midas, it's just an investment in the future. They're pretty sure that they'll be just fine as this game continues, because he'll actually hit that peak 5-6 slot timing before the Morphling. A lot of that gold VP has an advantage is in his pocket. And there's a Scotty. That is, woo! Good luck taking me down. And then that also has that health regeneration limitation, so the Morph becomes 40% less effective if he's smacked in the mouth.
And closing in on his level 18 as well, Nightfall, so he's going to have the full army out with the ultimate.
Yeah.
I mean, and the rest of it, they're still sort of just swinging around, trying to find some kills, find some action, and they're just not really being given it. There's this, I mean, this has to be one of the lowest kill games we've had after 25 minutes in just 4 to 10. So it's a passive one. There's that second E-Blade. So now they've got the full burst combo ready to go.
All right on top of a ward, though. And Nightfall's just running in, doesn't care.
He's actually just running in. But they are already...
Oh my god! Oh my god!
He just died!
What?
He literally just... I mean, they saw him smoke. He knew that they smoked right. He just held on to his BKB.
Holy shit.
And they went through 3,000
How much?
HP.
What?
He was not ready for that one. He weren't ready for that. You said right under a ward, Nightfall's like, haha, I know that you smoked, I'm going to fight you. Oh, damn it. And then he just dies. Oh. All right, Team Spirit. And any reaction there? No. Nightfall, he's still focused. His head's in the game. He's not going to get thrown off by that, but whoa.
That's what they've been waiting for.
That's the drop. That's the burst. That's the plan here for the Spirit.
So
just boom. Double E-Blade, Veil at Disco, goodbye hero.
Thing is, they can do that, you know, once that happens, like they need time to reload. So, he's got some.
He might just have him here. He
does? Wow.
They're doing it. They're doing it. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. They're making the magic work. Literally. This magic. How's that? They're going for another. They're onto Kingslayer. They're going to try and turn, but Kingslayer's gone. It's another one for Spirit. As Nightfall, he's going to get Dream Cold held back, as he won't be able to chase. You got to give them credit here, Spirit.
Oh, yeah.
In a game where you know that VP was probably chilling out, smiling away as they were farming up all their 3 cores, they're suddenly getting punched back here by Spirit, who'd played incredibly elusive, and now they're coming in with the hits.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the modern-day David versus Goliath, but instead of slingshots, we've got E-Blade.
Yeah.
So these VP, you know, the brutes, they want to just get their hands on the Spirit heroes, but they're unable to. That's the opening. Spirit, you get the pop, you reset. Try to pop somebody else. VP, you need a more regimented approach because the BKBs are the only real defense you have against this massive magical damage.
Yeah.
You need to find kills with them, but they're just so damn elusive.
Oh, and they just found a ceremonial robe.
Oh,
you know what?
boy.
That's more minus magic resistance. It's all coming together. Ceremonial robe on the puck. As someone who's holding onto the Grove bar, they want to have every little bit of it, surely. Maybe they're sort of sacrificing the Grove bow for now. Looks like they are. They're just rather playing with it.
And they have the Rubik. Arguably the best initiation for this style because of that cast range talent. He's even got the Aether Lens, rushed it. So you can get that lift from miles away, plenty of time to just assemble the Yamato cannons and execute.
I mean, honestly, should he just get an E-Blade as well?
Why not?
Or a Dagon at least. Where's the Dagon? Get a Dagon. Someone's got to get a Dagon right.
I think that's
Get yourself a Dagon.
He's going Octarine first? No, Bloodstone is queued up for the puck.
It's more spell amp. Exponential spell amp. It grows.
It does. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you get what? Not is it? Check it out. There's 0.8% per charge, I think. How much do you get nowadays? It's okay, 0.35%. But that adds up.
I was gonna say 0.8.
0.8% per. That's next patch. 0.35% per charge. That 10 kills, that's plus 3.5.
And now that they can finally threaten VP's heroes, VP's like playing with a little more fear in them because suddenly, you know, you might actually die. You wander out into the woods alone.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So they can't just like sweep side to side with reckless abandon. And the net worth, you know, was what, 15.5 to 12? CK versus Morph.
Oh, and a courier.
Is under attack.
And he's out.
What was that?
Been killed.
What do you mean? What? It was a courier?
Yeah, but what was in it?
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
It was empty.
Oh, that's
empty. It was going back. I think it just delivered his something.
Oh, of course, it's something.
It may probably just a TP or something. GPK's got a Hex. So now, you know, Toronto, Tokyo. I mean, Yatoro as well. Both of these cores obviously very vulnerable to being tripped up by the Hex and caught.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, if he's high on the Agi.
I gotta say, I did not expect this to go this way. I mean, we were like making it seem like Spirit had this idea, but I don't know if we really bought into it. But it's working.
The idea, and I think, you know, VP as well might have felt that way. Now they're kind of like, all right, we've got to be a little more careful with our moves. As Spirit, they are killers.
They will once again find a support. Mira left alone, very dead.
But it's a support.
How did they get? Look at the ward they've got inside the Radiant base. Like VP have been playing with this huge vision advantage for most of this game, but they just can't capitalize on it. No blink daggers. The only real initiation they've had for a while is X. Now, of course, the Hex is online. Probably why GPK picked it up, because they're just sick of not being able to find somebody and kill him once and for all. And yeah, it will be a shard picked up on the Timbersaw. The flamethrower becoming active. I'll courier momentarily.
I've got the BKB finished on Yatoro, and there it is. Bloodstone done on Toronto, Tokyo. So now he just needs to build up those charges.
I mean, how much?
Whoa! GPK just gets deleted.
What the?
Yatoro's in, and he takes him out in a moment.
I looked away for a second.
We've got to check the damage numbers on that one in a bit, but the chase ain't done yet. As Yatoro, he's on to another. Yatoro.
Holy shit, what the hell is going on?
Look at this burst here. The E-Blade, the adapted, the waveform, so that easily comes up to about 2k. About 2k burst damage straight up. We'll see it again, just literally 100 to 0. Watch him die here, GPK on the Kunkka.
Coil, he doesn't BKB, Oh my god.
It's just so much damage. It's so much damage. It is enough. It doesn't matter that they're these beefy strength heroes.
3,000 health.
It's enough damage.
Was he even veiled? I mean, Nightfall is the right idea. You've got to pre-pop the BKB.
Yeah. Like, as soon as they're coming anywhere near you, you've got to pop that BKB, otherwise you are gone. As now it's getting knocked down. It's only a 4k lead now for VP. It is working from Spirit.
That's negligible at this point. Who cares about 4,000 gold? It's 30-something minutes into the game. Morph has the Aegis all of a sudden. I can't believe this game is going this way. Because it doesn't feel like the VP items are relevant unless they're able to pre-pop BKB. They're even taking the lead in the win probability. Yeah, finally. Okay, blink on Nightfall. I actually think he might have needed this a little earlier.
Okay, just to break the combo or get away from that E-Blade.
I just didn't expect this power spike to hit so damn hard. I was thinking, okay, VP are cool with this. They're out farming. They're going to get this lead. They're going to be able to run. But that Scotty, like, when he walked in bottom, that Scotty's supposed to keep him alive. And he went 100 to 0.
Oh, Yatoro's in. Oh, he tries to come under Kingslayer, but he won't quite be able to get him in time. And now the Hex is out in response onto Toronto, Tokyo. Toronto, Tokyo caught in the fear of the false promise. It comes out. It gives Toronto, Tokyo the chance to keep on living. Kingslayer will fall. The rest of Spirit trying to get back up to the safety of the base as Yatoro is picking off the backlines. He gets the second support. 2 kills here for Yatoro. Now they turn over towards Nightfall. DM trying to keep him safe. Yatoro popping the BKB, standing his ground, beating into DM. As DM, he's now got to run. He's timber chaining away as they have to back off.
Yatoro ran out of mana. That would have been much worse for the side of VP.
And we're getting those charges up on the Bloodstone. That scaling spell amp, it's building up.
Yep. And VP, I mean, learning lesson, even before this game ends, they've realized, you know, we needed a better ability to move around the map. We needed real catch. And that's what the side of Spirit have been abusing. Effectively, only the supports are dying because the 3 cores are too mobile. Collapse learned his lesson after dying up top. He is not running in first. He is not face checking anything. He's playing the outskirts.
Yeah,
he
just
is a
throwing in a veil.
a Lotus. Yeah, he's got all these utility items. He has no intention of ever right-clicking an enemy. Oof, almost got the rupture off top. That would have been a nice CBN. Yeah, and all in on the cast range. Aether Lens, maxed out Arcane Supremacy, and the talent on the Rubik. Just look at the circle of that lift. It is huge. I gotta say, I'm nervous. I mean, VP, they haven't dropped a map this entire DPC. Like, a full month without a loss.
I mean, you got to imagine that, you know, Spirit, when you're going up against a team of VP, you're going to be doing your homework, right? You're going to come in with a plan, and they certainly have here. You know, not being sort of dissuaded by the draft that VP hit them with these high HP heroes. They go all in on this burst momentum, and it is working. It's working. They're playing very, very smart. They haven't allowed anything to really slip unnecessarily away. We saw that whole mid game where support would get caught here and there, but Spirit not losing anyone else, really.
And you know that they've been thinking about this the whole game. Even check out the Puck's talents. Cast range, 15, spell amp, waning rift cooldown. It's all about the magical damage. The Wizard of Waverly Place strategy. Executed now by Team Spirit. And yeah, this is going to be a slower game to watch still. I mean, now we've reached this point where both teams effectively guarantee it's mutually assured destruction. If we find you, you're dead.
Yeah, people are going to die.
Yes.
There's going to be casualties on both sides. And sort of the question is, you know, for Spirit, we've seen them get these kills. You know, how easy is it going to be for them to sort of transition getting these kills into getting objectives against VP?
You need enemies to be dead.
You need a lot.
You can't really take a fight without a vision advantage. That's the tricky part for Spirit, is in a perfect world, they have vision of somebody, the Rubik lift comes out, boom, dead. Shotguns galore. You can't do that if you're not able to either maintain presence on a high ground or have deep vision place. And that's been tough because VP have just been carrying a gem for the last, what feels like, half hour. I think, is it back at base now? Did they lose it?
Step lively now.
They had a gem.
I don't see a gem, Carl.
They had a gem like 20 minutes ago.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I guess they lost. Who has the gem?
There's a gem on Miposhka.
Okay, they stole it at some point.
Yeah, so indeed, you're right. Yeah, it's Miposhka has VP's gem right now.
And A just faded, so both teams hunting. This is probably more of a counter smoke from Team Spirit. You can expect the enemy team to try and make a move once yours fades. And yeah, VP corrected their error, their oversight. A blink on GPK now. The blink, as we mentioned, on Nightfall. So they finally be able to kill things. If only they had 30 minutes, 20 minutes ago, maybe some of those smokes would have worked out. But they will be able to actually initiate now. Mira, ooh. Careful.
I mean, and the thing is as well, for these cores with the BKB, surely, you know, players such as those on VP, they're not going to let themselves get burst by this combo, right? As soon as there's even a glimpse of action being thrown their way, they're going to be immediately popping BKBs.
Oh, for sure. But Yatoro, you can see the physical damage is a real threat now. Suddenly, he is a hero. Loadsword pre-planned, nice.
I'm going to put the ult in, Nightfall. Just going to commit onto the side, onto Mirror, but again, if it's just a Rubik dying, Spirit,
run away.
They're very, very happy with that. They forced VP completely back. They're actually thinking about getting back in. Tokyo, he's heading in onto Kingslayer. He's going to jump out to the side, get away from the boat. Chain across from the side. Nightfall trying to pull in another, but Miposhka blinks away after he's been pulled in, so he's away. They're chasing on towards Yatoro, but the false promise keeps Yatoro safe. He just turns. He's looking to burst down DM, and he might just be able to bring him down in with a fourth that's surrounding him. They burst down the Timbersaw. DM's gone. Tokyo's over to Kingslayer, continuing to chase him as Kingslayer holds him back momentarily with a frostbite, but it's not going to save him as they take down another. As Spirit continue to do it.
It's a hell of a game, honestly, Owen. And even though they're still down in gold, it feels like there's been a lot more action. It's 13, 14, 30 minutes in, 38 minutes in.
Oh, and look what they just found, Kyle.
Oh, no.
The Timeless Relic. That's a hell of a lot of spell amp to add to it.
I'm going to give that to Tokyo, indeed. And
now they're taking the wreck.
yeah, ceremonial robe still on the Bloodseeker.
They've got all of the spell amp here. They do get the commitment. Onto this Morphling, but he's tanky, Yatoro. He's fine, he's out of there. Toronto Tokyo did go in deep.
Very
He's
deep.
got the phase shift. Is he going to be able to get his way out of this? He's phased. He's going to get burst. They will manage to find the puck. The rest of Spirit, though, again, this time, sure, it's a bigger kill, but they had to use 3 buybacks for this VP. They will get Mirror, but only losing 2 heroes there against the 3 buybacks from VP to try and defend. Again, Spirit, they are happy to come out with that sort of play.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. And this is where the Morph versus CK matchup really starts to tilt heavily in favor of the Morph, because not only do you still have that threat of the massive burst damage that would just necessitate a BKB immediately, he's starting to right-click real hard. His net worth rapidly approaching, still just 1,500 gold down. The Rupture cast range talent now for the Bloodseeker, who's going Ags. Again, a very simple strategy. Stay way the hell in the back. Spam Lotus Orb on your carry. And yeah, they forced all those buybacks. Roche is up though. What timing for VP? They gotta check it. The Ags is available now. Don't know how helpful that would be, but the Aegis certainly would be so.
And they should be able to find this with 2 down. This definitely a bit bigger of a hit back in favor of VP, being able to claim this without being contested. Seeing Nightfall getting to the points where you've got to imagine that he must be soon to be past the point of being 100 to 0. He's got 5,300 HP with the heart done, and also finding that Minotaur horn, which you know couldn't really ask for a better item for the CK, especially against this line that was trying to burst you and force you to pop that BKB. Now you've got a cheaper response.
But how bad does it feel? You consider, look at his backpack right now. He's got a Midas and a Scotty. Like, the problem is you're just out of slots at this point. Morphling has more expensive items, thus these slots are going to be more valuable. There's going to be a Satanic up on Yatoro real soon.
Now we see the Agnums as well. It goes the way of DM. Did that sort of surprise you, prioritizing the Timber Ags over the Kunkkas or the CKs?
Wait, who'd they give it to?
The Timber Saw.
I guess it's just for
more
the
damage.
Yeah,
Well,
it's HP-based damage. It's really nice against the Morph. Who else would have taken it? Like, it's
I mean,
not,
Kunkkas and CKs are pretty good. Or do you not rate CKs nowadays?
it's all right. It would just be more useful just for your single Phantasm. He already has an Illusionist cape. It's not super value.
Okay.
The Kunkka Illusion's not bad, but he went for the Blink Hex, so his damage output isn't crazy. If you had a Rapier, maybe that changes. Willow Ags, not amazing. CM, Yeah, I think it's Timber.
Okay. Oh, Toronto Tokyo. He's going to drop the coil. He wants the quick and easy kills, and they'll get it. The save's gone. And, of course, he did buy back the last time round, so that's 90 seconds where Spirit are going to be able to play with 5 up on the map. You know, 90 seconds where VP's less likely to be able to push anything with their Aegis.
How much spell amp? 41.3% spell amp on the puck.
Yeah. So, I mean, the
That's
combo is
Before the veil.
thousands of damage with the E-Blade and everything thrown in. Yeah.
And the Shiva's up really nice against the CK, minus attack speed on all of those illusions, plus just even more AoE magic damage. VP, like, it feels like they're winning. You know, they've had map control a lot. The goal has been in their favor effectively the entire game, since they won all 3 of their lanes. But how do you win the game? You know, to quote Jawait, advantage is useless if it cannot give you high ground. And right now, that's what it feels like the situation. They have the Aegis, and they're hiding in their base.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I mean, there's just no doubt about it. Spirit are, you know, yeah, they're playing their hearts out here. This is some of the best Dota we've seen from Spirit so far here in this league. And you know what a time to bring it out against VP, the top team in the league. This is the time to really prove your worth, and they certainly are here, Spirit, with their approach to this match so far.
Yep. I mean, if one of those hunts from VP finds success, this is a totally different game. But they accepted a couple of body blows. Yeah, Mapochka, you die. Rubik, you can die. We don't mind you too much. They avoided the team fight. They avoided any scenario where VP could get total control of the map and perhaps look to enter Tier 3.
We have Nightfall. He's got his next time done, Swift Blink complete. So that chase is going to be strong. And his hard hits as well from the CK really coming into play when he just jumps in. So they've got to be quick with the saves here, Spirit. The pressure's really on for Miposhka to make sure that he can keep Yatoro and Toronto Tokyo safe.
Look at the Bloodseeker item build. Look at what he grabbed.
I mean, we said it, right? You
That's
said
what you
you want to throw a Dagon into it somewhere. As GPK.
Oh, hold up.
Oh, they're going to jump in. Look at the Hex onto Collapse. They only keep a chain stun. They are. Collapse will go down. He's going to buy back immediately. Yatoro tries to come in as well with the BKB. He's over to the side, turns into the Timber to try and Timber chain away. As VP, they're chasing. They're looking for Yatoro. Torrent won't quite grab him. Another way come off to the side, but they've lost Maposhka. As Yatoro's being chased, he's going to get dragged back here by the X-Mark, the Lotus, protecting him from the Hex. He's got himself pretty much completely built up into strength. He's going to turn and start chasing back into VP, but on the back, DM's found Toronto Tokyo. As that's the puck out and down. He does have buyback Toronto Tokyo. And VP, they have lost the 2 supports themselves. That's going to be enough for VP to back out. So this time, VP able to punch out a couple of buyback responses from Spirit as Collapse and Maposhka try and return to the action.
Paradigm shifts a little. Look at this CK. All of a sudden, the Swift Blink. This is key. This is an item he may have wanted earlier, but at this point, you are maxed out. No boots necessary. Aegis was up. He has 5,000 health. He blinks in. He had a DD. Anybody he grabs is just dead. Immediately, the Blink Hex to initiate. Collapse has no chance, but really, that's the way that VP have to open on these fights. You need to go for this Bloodseeker, for the Oracle, the Rubik. They found the puck. Like, things start to shift a bit if VP get to a point where their cores can operate with aggression, not fearing necessarily this immediate death from a shotgun.
And that, as you say, already Yatoro's shotgun was coming in physical forms as well with the build. It's going to be even more so shifted towards that as the Rapier is queued up, and he's an item sale away from having that good to go in his inventory if he wants to.
Yep, and suddenly the big difference in this game, if you look at the net worth, 14K lead, that is effectively all Timbersaw versus Bloodseeker. You are more of this ancillary hero to try and assist your team's damage output, maybe like combo a bit. Oh, I load a Strobe. Oh, I get a little Dagon on the Z-Blade. Whereas DM, thanks to that Ags as well, he is huge now. His damage output is nuts. And you really can't take him down either. He's the only guy with innate magic resistance thanks to that Eternal Shroud, plus the Bloodstone, and he has his own BKB. So it's 3 cores versus 2 now. Will that be enough? Team Spirit, you still need some kind of vision advantage. Rapier is queued up on Yatoro. I believe he's going to be sending up. Yep, Courier's already going out. Won't even have buyback.
Yeah,
They recognize the situation they are in. Oh, I like that. Lock one item. Don't build it up just yet, just in case.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So especially when you're getting the Courier to do the job. You do not want that dropping.
But pushing high ground is still tricky. VP, their successful engagements came when they were able to utilize the element of surprise. Much more difficult if Team Spirit stand on their own hill, but they will smoke out. Remember, no buyback on Collapse. No buyback on the Rubik or Maposhka.
Yeah, Yatoro fully in with the money spent. Arcane Rune will certainly do them well in the fight.
And this is the best time you can hope for as Team Spirit in a sense. Like, your 2 cores are effectively both slotted out. Yatoro can get no stronger. And they're going to push down mid. They've got the Rapier on the Morph, so technically their base damage should be higher. Both teams have Glyph.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're going to take these racks quickly. There we go. That's fortification poked out of them. VP now coming back with the TPs. I know that they've got to deal with this Morph. Yatoro. He's playing it careful. He's got to be smart here.
Yep, take the high ground. You can see the pings. Suddenly we were transported back to 1400 AD as the entire match comes down to who can control the terrain. As we all learned from Obi-Wan, the high ground. Hang on.
You're going to have the ult popped in. Nightfall. He's going to look to try and drag Collapse down. Yatoro, he's popping the BKB. He's trying to beat down this CK. But now he's going to get off to the side. Dream Code down onto the 3 of them. As they're ready to go back in. Keeping the distance for now. They have caught the puck though. Toronto Tokyo is in trouble. He's going to be able to get the BKB off though. And he's away. Toronto Tokyo will be able to disengage as Kingslayer is going to be the first to fall. Now Yatoro turns towards DM. DM, he's going to have the back.
They gotta
for
keep
the
up.
fear. Comes out with a false promise. Miposhka able to keep Yatoro alive. He's trying to heal it back up, and he's going to be able to do it. Yatoro will live. Kills off Nightfall, and now Spirit, they'll continue to chase for more. Over to the side, the Yule's control onto save. Trying to shadow Realm away, but they bring him down low with a burst. Yatoro sticking around and finish off the kill, and he'll be able to do it. Another one for the Morph. As Yatoro picks up the triple kill, Toronto Tokyo Mirror, they're chasing down DM. He's going to be lifted up, burst out as well. As Spirit, they'll find a third.
Oh my god. All the illusions died from the CK at the start of that fight. That's why things go so well for the side of Spirit. There was just massive amounts of damage. The waveform on attack, 2 charges. He just straight up kills the illusions almost by himself.
People.
Yeah, a little bit of
really
help from the puck.
I mean, a big saves there from Miposhka. That fight nearly went down the drain completely, but coming in with that clutch false promise on Yatoro and allowing him to turn it around. He goes down there, the fight is over.
He has no buyback. If he died there, that was GG. You got to get this Oracle if you're VP.
And they're going to try and push him off now. GPK. Time to drag himself back. And that's another tier 3 gone.
Yeah, they just want to preserve the buyback on the CK. So you have 30 seconds to make moves.
I mean, they're in. They're starting to turn. DM, Nightfall has to buy back.
Yeah.
He's going to commit with the buyback here, see if they can catch anyone on the way out. But Toronto Tokyo has got the BKB back up. He's away.
Oh, there's no buyback on Oracle.
They do lose Miposhka, though, so there's going to be no potential save here for Yatoro. Team Spirit, they've got to get out. They need that backline support to be able to fight VP. And they're able to get everyone else out. Mirror's trying to run. TP's on cooldown. He may get left behind it. He's trying to slow them down, but Nightfall's able to pull him in with the Rift. They'll catch the Rubik. So VP, again this time, coming in with the 2 buybacks. Big ones as well, though. It's both DM and Nightfall buying back. They've managed to get themselves in a position where Oracle is down for a minute, but still the rest of Spirit, they're alive.
Oh, yeah. And they have a leveler backpacked on the side of Yatoro right now, so they have to just go for lanes. Lanes. No buyback Oracle. Don't let them into your base with 50 seconds of a 4-on-5 remaining. And just clear out. Like, in fact, are they even going to think about fighting here? That would be insanity.
Without the Oracle. I mean, it's sort of a high-risk, high-reward play. They kill one of the cores.
To the corners. Flee to the corners. The Aegis is...
We'll just let VP have this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You're in a fine spot. We saw how these fights can go down. You got to fight on your terms.
Are they going to try for this?
I hope not.
It seems like a risky move. And they're going to try. Yatoro's popping the BKB. He's ready to go.
Oh my God,
he's going to jump in.
They
get the kill. But Toronto Tokyo, he's able to get the Aegis as well. Spirit, they get both. They get both of what they came for. We'll get a check in a minute on the rest of the drops from Roshan, but they got the Aegis, they got the kill. We are going to have Yatoro being turned upon. He's high up in the strength, though. He's incredibly tanky. Can they quite burst him? He's able to push back. Nightfall to the side with the adaptive strike, and Yatoro, he TP's out. He's out of there. He's safe. He's back to base. Toronto Tokyo comes in with a cleanup, takes down Kingslayer as they've lost 2 VP. Nightfall, he's trying to commit for Mirror, but the false promise is there from Miposhka.
He has no buyback.
Should still die, but Nightfall indeed, he's got to be careful. He's got to be very careful here, Spirit. They're looking to try and turn. He's going to put the refresher, try and jump up to the high ground with the blink. They're still chasing. There's Nightfall. He's being focused down by Toronto Tokyo as the rest of Spirit's able to connect to this. They're trying to catch up on this. As Toronto Tokyo is just keeping himself on top of them all, jumping in onto save. This looks like the rest of VP will get away, but again, such a hit there from Spirit. And they got in, they get the kill, they get the Aegis. We see that the refresher shot at least was picked up by VP. Do we have any sort of cheese or anyone that's got the Aghanims? Because that was picked up as well somewhere. It looks like, okay, Nightfall didn't manage to get the cheese. So VP got the cheese and the refresher shard. Aghanims, where did that one go in all of the action?
I think the Morph, unless he had one himself, he's got it up now.
No, he didn't. So, I mean, Yatoro, with that move, that play, as you said, which was such a risky play to go in on Roche, it absolutely paid off for Spirit.
Oh, yeah, this is where Dendy's quote comes through. At a certain point in the late game, it's just not Dota anymore. Like, what the hell was that? You just straight up have 7 heroes in the pit, everyone desperately grabbing for items. It's like you're bomb for apples, and you just hope for the best, but still, the Rapier now leveler queued up. Ooh.
And again, onto Yatoro, but again, false promise, keeps him safe. He's able to get out on the backline, Toronto to Tokyo. Locking them down with a Dream Core. Nightfall's trying to chase, collapses out of there. Toronto Tokyo might get left behind though. Has he got anything else to save himself in? Miposhka trying his best to help out, but Toronto Tokyo, he's down the ones. He's got the Aegis. He's going to be ready for round 2. Can he get out with round 2? He does have BKB. He pops it immediately. He's out with the orb. He's away to the high ground, popping the Bloodstone heal, and with the rest of BKB, he'll use it to TP out, and he's away. Toronto Tokyo makes it back to base.
My God, what a hell of a game. Just so risky to be in base. Yeah, let's pause. Let's cool off for a second.
Yeah, this game.
Relax.
This is turning out to be one of the best of the season.
Oh, for sure. And still anybody's game. It's 23-23, Owen.
And
we're an hour in almost.
Definitely, exactly. We have got a high chance of seeing the 60 minutes, and this is a game where some of those 60-minute items, they're going to be game-breaking.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a game with a morph. You're thinking these Apexes. We've got all of these strength heroes. You're thinking about throwing a giant swing into the action. We've got all these casters. Imagine the Seer Stone coming into play, and we'll see the steal again.
Yeah, just double BKB from the cores. They got theirs later, so these last even longer, so you're more comfortable using them. The Pilgrim's land in the pit doesn't matter. And yeah, this is just, you can't kill Morph. He can go in and then immediately go out, as we just witnessed. I'm shocked he was able to survive here. Where was the CK at that time? Like, GPK was out of position a little bit because he was chased off to the right. That initiation just kind of terrifies you because this Morph is hitting so hard. But now the late game items coming out. Dark Willow with the Aeon Disc.
Yep.
We expect to see that soon, I would imagine, on the Oracle and maybe even the Rubik as well. Game is now about initiation. Can you kill an enemy before they cast any spells and have time to reset? Because we can expect immediate buybacks in any scenario where one of these cores dies.
We've got more Rapiers coming out. Nightfall, he's got his picked up for the side of VP. And we also see already Yatoro, he knows he doesn't really need any more items or anything, so he's just queuing up the backup Rapier. Preparation for the point in this game where he's going to have buyback and the Rapier sitting in the stash ready for him to take out. Courier will get taken out, but it's all right. He wasn't that close to having buyback and the Rapier money.
This is where we haven't seen it, but Windwalker becomes an item that could straight up change the game. Very expensive. Wind Waker. Yeah. You can use it on allies. It's the only tool in Dota right now that can actually provide immunity to your allies. Just saying, it's possible, especially with the cast range available on a hero like Rubik.
It's very expensive, though.
It functions as like a secondary Oracle ult.
Maybe if they get the Pirate's Hat and they dig up a few bounties, then they'll be able to afford those sort of luxuries as the supports. And
this were big. Toronto, Tokyo, they haven't had an Ags this entire game. He went all in on this spell damage build.
Now he's going to have that as well.
Yep. Well, you got to be careful. But yeah, he has the X, exactly. So now, if you can just get VP to pop BKBs and coil them, reset as they fade, that's huge. VP, careful, you can't take a fight. What's the key? High ground. Control the vision. It's all about initiation. Now you need a vision advantage. It's DM who will show everybody else remaining safely on the high ground. Both teams playing as 5. Now another smoke coming out from Spirit. They're going to wrap back around, back to their vision and their own high ground. Rapier up, as you stated. Do we have a buyback on the CK? Nope. In 2 minutes to go.
Oh. I mean, again, Spirit this whole game has done a really good job of reading the moves of VP. See GPK trying to start something. As they're moving on to Yatoro, they'll turn over towards Collapse. Off to the side, Yatoro pots the BKB, starts to punch back into Nightfall. Nightfall has to put the BKB away as well himself. Nightfall turning over towards Mirror, but the Glimmer Cape giving Mirror some safety. They've got the detection. It's down on the ground. Mirror will fall now. Back over towards the Morphling. Yatoro pots the Manta. The Fear will catch it. The false promise from Miposhka keeps him safe. As Yatoro, he tries to turn. Another Hex comes out. Yatoro is getting burst out, but they can't quite kill him. He's still alive. He's beaten down 2 of them. He turns over towards GPK. GPK will get to the side, and they have lost him. He has buyback, but the Rapier hits the deck. Who's able to pick it up? We'll see in a second who was able to grab that Rapier's VP. They're going to keep the fight going as they move in onto Collapse. They've caught him, and indeed it was Nightfall. So Nightfall now sporting the double Rapier. And with that death of Collapse, he's out of the game for good. No buyback on him. I should say that he's only 10 gold.
God, wait, he's no... Okay, he's
10 gold away, so Collapse will have buyback for a defense.
But they have no Rapier.
They have no Rapier. They've got a lot of money on the Morph. He wasn't quite able to pick up the Rapier, though, to buy himself another one. As the Courier is still dead, he does have buyback, but he's going to be a huge amount of damage short of what was possibly going to be required to kill these heroes of VP. As Tokyo trying to slow things down here. VP pushing in strong.
There's just too much chaos in that last engagement. Spirit want a larger area to be utilized. If you're fighting in this one screen of space, you can assume VP's damage output's going to be higher. Like, Yatoro just straight up tanked 2 chakrams for most of that engagement, and just you can't live through all 3 enemy cores focusing all of their damage solely on you. I think next fight, try to get the BKBs out early and kite them, because then you actually have that ability to burst somebody down. They don't even need to use the buyback on Morphling. That is crazy.
That's pretty big.
But it's all because you can't take risks as VP, because until right now, CK didn't even have buyback available. Now he does, but it's still 3,000 gold away. These buybacks cost almost as much as my college education would have.
That's a lot of money.
4,000 plus gold. Not even for a semester, just one day.
14k lead now for VP. We'll see if Yatoro is able to fill up that item slot. He's actually going to not opt to buy another rapier. He actually opts to go the way of the Daedalus instead. I mean, why is that? I mean, this way around. Okay, he has buyback as well as the item.
It's also because he couldn't afford. If you lose rapier but have buyback, it really doesn't matter because you're now a slot down.
Sure.
Daedalus, you'll have buyback, and assuming you are able to kill CK, you take one of his rapiers.
You get one of them back.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But this way, his buyback is actually meaningful. Whereas if he were to buyback without that, he goes back to like 30-minute farm at 60 minutes.
Well, DM's heading over.
You gotta be so careful. This is such a risky maneuver. Creeps are in their base. VP knows something is up. They have great vision now, though.
They're gonna get the grab onto GPK. They're gonna try and chase him down. Yatoro's moved in. Straight away has to wait for man at the start. With the storm out onto them, the BKB's committed. They look towards Dota2, but Dota2's got the BKB good to go as well. He's got the orb out. He's ready to jump away as Spirit continue to poke a VP. They're poking him down low. This CK's gone. They've killed him. Nightfall hits the decks as a rapier. And one of them's going to be picked up by the Willow. Save's going to be able to grab it. Yatoro, he's ready to continue to clean up though. He's over towards Kingslayer. Kingslayer will go down. VP, they're down 2 without buyback. There's a rapier there ready for him to reclaim.
He bought a moon shard, Owen. That's why he doesn't have buyback.
Wait, no, he didn't.
He ate a moon shard on CK. He has no buyback.
And he did.
He ate it. He must have ate it for that initial rapier fight and just didn't farm it. Like, they took that fight with no buyback.
I guess he felt anyway, like you said, with the rapier situation, he dies, he's losing 2 rapiers. What's his buyback going to mean? But, I mean, it's still, 80 seconds, no Nightfall in the game. As now they're ready to go down mid, they've got their rapiers. You know, Yatoro's got his back. We did see, so was Save able to, Save was able to reclaim one. So there is one rapier back in the safety of the base.
I don't think it's going to matter.
Waiting for him, but yeah, he's dead for 70 seconds.
They're going to hit the base.
They got a DD rune as well on more for a few more seconds. These racks are going to melt.
I mean, that fight, they took it perfectly. They got the coil on all 3 cores. Both BKBs negated, and then suddenly they're
just looking to end it. They know Nightfall's not going to come back in. The Hex is there, though. Yatoro's going to be saved. Maposhka comes in with a false promise. Yatoro turns towards DM. Forcing back the Timber Saw. Wait for him over to the side. They burst through. Save has got the buyback available. The coil. In the lift, they snap the coil. Yatoro beats down another as GPK will buy back. DM getting himself back to the base. They're trying to burst it. They're able to do so. Toronto Tokyo comes in with the E-Blade. DM's down and out for 2 minutes. As Spirit, they've still got the 5-man up. There's only the 2 left here on VP trying to desperately defend. They're going to call it. They can't hold this as Spirit will take game 1 of this best of 3.